What's up everyone, it's Arcadenaut here. These past few days were all about EVO Japan 2024. I've been there, met with wonderful people, tried my best to capture footages from Riot Games 2XKO, the upcoming Hunter x Hunter Nen Impact, and of course, SNK's new hit Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. Today will be all about my first impressions about Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, but there are some things that I need to mention before talking about the new Garo. There were lines of people waiting that took more than 100 minutes. Each group or person gets to play Fatal Fury for only 15 minutes, meaning that your match could even stop midways before reaching a conclusion. And unfortunately, SNK did not provide any captured footage through the capture cards or whatsoever. So I desperately tried to capture the gameplay of other people playing, and myself included, showcasing each color of the characters as well. But sadly, the visuals and the footage are not crystal clear or within the game itself. However, I think I watched people playing Fatal Fury City of the Wolves for more than 2 hours and also played it myself. And although I was quite positive towards this new Garo title, my hype increased even to a further point after my 15 minutes of gameplay session. So if you are ready, let's talk about what Fatal Fury City of the Wolves has in its arsenal. First things first, Fatal Fury series is one of the cornerstones of SNK's fighting game legacy, and it's one of the further additions. Garo Mark of the Wolves saw a hiatus since its release in 1999. As a continuation for both Fatal Fury and SNK's The King of Fighters, SNK decides to blend two names for Japanese and global release. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves for global and Garo Densetsu, meaning Garo Legend or maybe Hungry Wolf Legend if I were to translate it even further, for Japanese. And to be honest, I've never been a The King of Fighters player actually. I love SNK games like Metal Slug, Fatal Fury, Art of Fighting and Samurai Shodown, and of course played Garo Mark of the Wolves and enjoyed it quite a lot actually. And with the announcement of Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, I was actually planning to make a video about Garo Mark of the Wolves too. Anyways, after 25 years of hiatus, Garo is back with an incredible art design choice that matches Fatal Fury's style and also give a comic book like a vibe. With new rev mechanic that makes the whole fighting experiences more engaging, both on offensive and defensive sides. There are also old mechanics from previous Garo, namely Tactical Offense Position TOP and Just Defense, as these systems are further brushed up and implemented. Also two different playstyles called Arcade and Smart Style that can help newcomers to adapt to the City of the Wolves more quickly. And maybe because of this, a lot of people were hyped for this new Fatal Fury, not just the King of Fighter or Garo fans, but even newcomers to the fighting game genre or players from different fighting game series were in the line waiting to give it a try. Maybe it's Terry's appearance and popularity causing that too, but none can deny the positive changes of the City of the Wolves. Within this EVO Japan 2024 demo, there were 5 different playable characters to choose from. Geese Howard's son Rock Howard and Terry Bogard as the main figures of the Garo universe, Tizok the masked wrestler and Hotaru Futaba from the previous installment, and a new character called Preacha, who seems to be the star student of Joe Higashi from Fatal Fury and as well as the King of Fighters series. During my 15-minute playtime, I mostly focused on Terry and Rock to delve deeper into the rare mechanics of City of the Wolves, rather than just playing the game and fighting against my rival. As I said, my overall impressions about the City of the Wolves are quite positive. I like the visuals, the new mechanics and how solid and how stiff it feels. Besides Rock and Terry, I also tried to play as Hotaru as well, though I think I need some time to practice her rev abilities and her move list before actually playing it. However, I think Preacha was the biggest surprise for me, and I might either main Terry or Preacha when the City of the Wolves launches, Her moves are way beyond fluid. She seems to be a quick mix-up character with gap closer attacks. I really loved what she had in her arsenal and how accessible she was. But unfortunately, I never had a chance to play as Tizok, but I was able to record footage of other people playing it and really enjoying Tizok, so I will dig into that as well. So each and every character besides Preacher is of course based on their Garo Mark of the Wolves versions, meaning that Rock has his moves like Rep Puke and Rising Tackle that is available to break or feint, or Terry with his iconic Burning Knuckle crack shoot moves. All of the characters feel similar if you are familiar with Garo Mark of the Wolves or with the King of Fighters series, though these moves or the flow of the game feel stiffer and more fluid. The animations are charming, the controls feel incredibly responsive, and as I said, some of the moves like Rising Tackle of Rock, Burning Knuckle of Terry, Tizok's Artemis Rex, or Hotaru's Tenshin Show moves are all available to break and feint if you play in arcade style. Maybe forcing your rival to whiff a punishing move or tricking them, or to just cancel your special into another to create a new combo path. Although this rev system will help the players to create more combos or to discover new stuff, it is still quite early to reach a conclusion. Though as I said, my feelings are quite positive about all of these new additions to the Garo, and I guess what I want from Garo at the moment is to provide crossplay and good rollback netcode. And charming characters that would attract more players to try out. These characters can be from the roster of the Mark of the Wolves, maybe newcomer characters that carry the legacy of the older ones, or just newly designed ones. Guilty Gear Strive achieved a big community through their character designs and visuals, and I really wish the same for City of the Wolves as well. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves resembles the recent SNK titles like the King of Fighters 15, having a new, more Marvel vs. Capcom 3-like comic book taste that also matches Garo's aura. The Japanese like to call it as the blend of manga-like effects with tonal expressions, which I'm also totally okay with, and this new unique touch to SNK's newest installment creates a unique aura that distinguishes City of the Wolves from the other recent fighting games as well. Street Fighter 6 has a graffiti style, Guilty Gear Strive has its own charming 2.5D visuals, Tekken 8 with more realistic touches, and Garo with manga and comic book inspired art style. As the visuals seems to undergo ongoing refinements, each and every character's design and visual aspects seems to be more detailed than the King of Fighters 15, and these improvements can also be seen in the character movements, animations, and also in stages. Although I'm quite pleased with City of the Wolves aesthetics, I also would like to see how SNK would improve the visuals until the game's launch. In addition to that, my 15 minutes of City of the Wolves experience closely resembled the previous installment, but definitely as an improved version of it. The TOP mechanic has totally evolved and improved into new SPG zones that you choose during the character select screen. The Just Defense system also brings a new Hyper Defense that requires more just frame defenses that nullify the incoming damage and also allow you to reach quickly. All of these mechanics enrich the gameplay experience while making City of the Wolves a more fluid and solid fighting game. Just like the previous installment, you choose the SPG zone at the start, middle, or at the end of your health bar that allows you to access some of the rare abilities and as well as your character's secret move, while allowing you to access to increase attack power or health recovery. Furthermore, if you play on arcade style controls, which is equivalent to Street Fighter's classic controls, you can feint or break some of your special moves to trick your rivals to create more combo opportunities, or do combination attacks that allow for consecutive strikes using a universal input of weak punch, strong punch, or strong punch and strong kick. And these combination attacks are not just one button auto combos, but they actually feel like bread and butter moves that can be completed with either Rev Axel or Rev Blow moves as well. All of these mechanics shine brightly with each character as they make Rock Howard turn into more fluid character, allowing him to mix up quickly, or again turning Terry into more of a bruiser character that requires your rival to just defend his spatials or make your opponent whiff his moves for an opportunity. And this new rev system, I think what makes Fatal Fury City of the Wolves so engaging for a lot of people. Either on the down left or down right of the screen, you will see a gauge that starts with 0%, and that's where the rev system shows itself. This gauge increases and decreases from 0% to 100%, increasing with the use of various rev moves. This can be one of my favorite rev blow, allowing players to deliver a powerful blow attack while deflecting or bracing the opponent's attack, much like Tekken 8's Power Crush or Heat Engager moves, if that helps you to understand it in a better way. Or Rev Guard, nullifying all kinds of chip damage while increasing your rev gauge drastically. Rev Axle mechanic totally changes how Garo flows actually, and what makes the game so fluid. It basically lets you cancel your spatial move into another, helping you to create maybe new combo paths, deal more damage, and to do more cool looking stuff. Although the button layouts are a bit complex for 15 minutes of gameplay session, I believe a 30 minutes or 1 hour session of practice or just normal matches would help you to get used to how City of the Wolf actually plays. Especially with this rev system, Preacher can turn into a total aggressive mix-up character with gap closer kicks, and Tizok can become a grappler having super armor abilities while doing spatial to spatial cancel grappling moves. As this system is further amplified by the ability to execute it mid-air, allowing for counters against aerial assaults and anti-air options. However, just like Street Fighter 6's stamina gauge, if you reach 100% of gauge and overheat your character, rev actions become unavailable for a certain period, and your guard gauge will deplete when you block your opponent's attacks. That might cause you to enter a guard cry state, causing it to take longer to recover from hits. Although Smart Style controls present accessibility to the players, it also disables some of the crucial systems. Break and Feint are only available in Arcade Style, so it might be better to start with Smart Style first and then move on to the Arcade Style if you want to further delve deeper into the mechanics of Fatal Fury: The City of the Wolves. The techniques of breaking and feinting, which allow for mid-action adjustments, will be some of the mechanics that will make Garo challenging and yet engaging. I'm really looking forward to seeing the potential of what each character has. 15 minutes were not enough. Although I try to be precise to dig into each and every mechanic, I kinda regret not playing the first Garo a day before. And SNK seems to put a lot of time and effort into their next work, which seems worthy to take its place in next year's EVO lineup. Needless to say, City of the Wolves requires crossplay and a decent rollback netcode, and I hope SNK nails this backend requirement as much as they did with gameplay and art design. It appears SNK lacks a readily accessible fighting game for casual and new players, with the King of Fighter 15's team-based gameplay that requires you to learn at least 3 different characters to compete, or 2019 Samurai Shodown with its unique high-stake fighting system. Fatal Fury City of the Wolves likely aims to address this gap for SNK, and as far as I've seen in EVO Japan, many people were interested. They were quite hyped for it. They even spent more than 100 minutes in the line just to play it for 15 minutes, and honestly, 15 minutes was not enough to understand the new mechanics or which move connects to which. I thought I could do something with Hotaru, but totally got wrecked, and surprisingly, Preacher seems to be quite enjoyable and strong. I never been interested in Joe Higashi, but Preacher might be one of the characters that I would consider to main. Again, 15 minutes were not enough to enjoy Fatal Fury City of the Wolves, and I'm really looking forward to an open beta or a demo launch during the summer. If there is anything you would like to know more about Fatal Fury City of the Wolves that I forgot to mention, Either ask me through comments or through my Discord channel or Twitter, I would gladly answer. Next, if I can receive my gameplay footage against the global community manager and the devs, 2xKO might be my next guest. Or I might see you guys with a similar concept as Hunter x Hunter Nan Impact, my guest in the next video. So don't forget to join my Discord channel or follow my Twitter page. Any humble support through Patreon and YouTube join I really appreciate it, and I will see you in my next video.